Husqvarna 520 IHE3 battery operated hedger. Does it stand up to commercial use? Let's see. G'day viewers, Jeff McPhee's Gardening. We're going to review the Husqvarna 520 IHE3, the hedger. This is a 4-year review, similar to my line trimmer one. There's been plenty of videos on the review of this particular model, and I know there's been some at 6 months and 1 year. My friend Kai from Lover Lawns, he's done one at 2 years. Very good video if you happen to come across his channel. And we're going to do one at 4 years, so I'll let you know what I think. So the Husqvarna hedger, it's battery, very simple to use, very quiet. Control panel, I'll go through everything in a minute. It's been a really used machine. I'll probably use this weekly. I'd probably use it, I would say over the last 4 years, I've used it every week for at least half a day. I do a lot of hedges, and it really has gone through a lot of work in that time. One thing about them, the motor is in the front at the head, so it gives quite a nice balance. It's battery, as we said, simple, same as the battery out of the line trimmer. Simple process of putting battery in. I use a 5Ah battery mainly because of the lightness of it, just makes it so much lighter. It's really, really good. Good protective, easy to use. Control panel, a matter of turning it on, and it's got an echo mode if you want to go slower, but I always have it fast because the faster the blades, the sharper they are. The blade speed on these is 4,000 clicks per minute, which is very high. A lot of hedges are only 3,000. This is 25% faster than most of the petrol versions. So as I said before, it's very well balanced. It's like, I mean, it's just so much easier to use. Got the articulated, like most hedges have got. Very easy, it's just a matter of pulling that down. A lot of the petrol ones you had to actually have clamps and unclamp it to change it. This is easy. I just find the weight is so easy to use. It just makes it versatile. One thing I do like about it is that because of the blade speed, the cut is fantastic. So we use it just to maintenance of these are pretty low. We've got no engine like the two-stroke, no smelly oil fumes, no noise, no filters, spark plugs, pulling, replacing starter cords, don't have to worry about it. Charge the battery, that's it. With the setup of these, very, very little maintenance. The only is at the main end. One fault of Husqvarna, they never put a grease nipple in here to grease the housing, because if we don't grease that from maybe every 6 to 12 months, it will dry out and you'll blow your gears and it'll bug it completely. So you've got to take the backing plate off and then put in, top it up. Not too much, because if you put too much grease in it, it'll go up the shaft. But generally, I guess one advantage, by taking the backing plate off, I can clean the whole lot out and put some fresh new high temperature grease in. But you've got to take out the screws. Now, one fault also, their screw arrangements are pretty lousy, so I've had to replace the screws with screw and bolt, because after you take them off a couple of times, they wear out pretty quickly. So, but it's an aluminium backing, so it's not plastic like a lot of other brands are. Sharpening the blades, several ways. Look, everyone's got their different ways of doing it. I personally use a Dremel drill, because I can get in there quite easily. It's a battery operated one, so I can use that out on the field if I need to. Some use a sander disc on the grinder, and I use a 120 grit, which is a soft. It doesn't take much off, because you don't want to take too much off. Or you can send it to the shop, but $90 at a time, and you've got to wait for them to bring it back to you. Whereas if you can learn to do it yourself, and it's not that hard, because all you're doing is following the contours of the blade itself, and you're just virtually cleaning off the gunk. After each use, we clean it down. Use a WD, which is a citrus product, and it just dissolves all the grease. Just scrub that down, and then just give it a nice coat of lanolin or olive oil, or even WD, and just wipe it down, and it's good as gold. So commercial use, yes, it does measure up. It does a superior job. It certainly is light, and the thing I like about it is it's so quiet, it doesn't affect anybody around you. I was doing a hedge the other day, and this guy's doing a hedge with a petrol one. I couldn't believe how much noise there was. It just, it really was, and even through my emails I could hear it was so loud. And I think a lot of my problems over the years with petrol is the reason why I have to wear a hearing aid now, because the noise of the two-stroke, and especially when you've got the hedger up around your head all the time, it makes it hard. As I say, the 520H, it's good. It's you've got that extra handle to push out if you need to extend to a certain area. The Model Up, they have got an extension one of these if you like to do long, high hedges. When you're over getting to my age, try to keep off the ladder. So I really don't like climbing too much. But they'll cut through most stuff. Obviously, really thick stuff. What happens with the battery ones, they don't sort of slow down; they'll just stop. With a petrol one, they'll slow down, but these ones will just stop, and you think, so if you hit something that's too big for it, it'll just completely stop. But that's all right. You just got to know the limitations of it. And let's face it, if you're doing reduction hedges with thick branches, you need to get in there with a pole saw or pruners, heavy pruners, and reduce the height below the your desired level, and then just trim the tops off with a hedger. Great hedger. Husqvarna, you've done it again. 4 years. I don't know how long this is going to last, but 4 years, and I can't see it. I can't see it not lasting. It's just, just look after them. In transit, I always put a cover on them, a waterproof cover, because it hangs on the back of the ute on the hooks. This is a waterproof cover. Now, Husqvarna, they could have made a cover, but they haven't. I bought this for $12 at Bunnings. It's waterproof. These things are designed to be splash proof. I wouldn't like to leave them out in the rain, because as soon as you've got battery and wires, water's going to be some problem. So I use this just to seal off the hedger itself. Or you can, if you've got a van undercover, it's even better. All right, viewers, thanks for watching, and that's just my little quick take on the Husqvarna hedger. It's you know, worth having a look at if you're going into any brand. Again, I don't have to buy batteries with it. I bought plenty of batteries for the trimmer, and now I've got this. I can just use the same batteries, swap them over, use a lighter one. The 5H, and it doesn't use much at all. The 5H battery, I can go I can go all day with it on the one battery. It just doesn't use much at all, because you're not at it, 8 hours a day with the thing. But the thing is, you're up in the ladder, press a button, hop down. You don't have to worry about pulling cords. I've explained this before in previous videos. I don't know why you would ever use a petrol hedger ever again. It's just certainly not in my makeup. Now, maybe if you're doing really heavy hedges, which are reduction, you really want to get stuck into it, you shouldn't be using a hedger anyway. Hedges for refined work, and this certainly does the job. I still got my Shindara petrol hedger, and I might use that occasionally if it's a bit thicker, where I don't want to use the pole saw, and I'll get stuck in it with that, and I don't want to hurt this little baby, but it will do it. But sometimes I'll just use the petrol for the real mean, horrible work. But for finishing hedges, can't beat it. Right, viewers, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'd like to hear your comments and shares and likes. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later, girls and guys. Thank you. Bye.